What looks easy peasy lemon squeezy but is actually difficult lemon difficult? Work. I'm a lawyer and had a client call saying she needs a help with a merger. But don't worry, it's super easy peasy lemon squeezy. That project took 6 months and I almost had a breakdown. She didn't understand why the bill was so high since it was so easy. Playing the triangle. A lot of my non-musician friends joke about how easy it is to play it. Then they actually hold the damn thing and look stupid. I can still remember my band director. You guys laugh about the triangle players, but you have no idea how hard it is to stay focused while counting 132 bars and not miss your cue. 1, 2, 3, 3. Fuck. Whistling with your fingers. I did it once like 6 years ago and haven't been able to replicate it since. Pisses me off. Dancing. I wouldn't say it looks easy, but when I see people do it, they're so good at it and it flows so well it looks easy. But damn, I just cannot get my body to do anything more than a bop and maybe some stupid arm moves. I'm 25 and dance like a 50-year-old at a reunion. Dancers are so delicate and make it look so easy. It's honestly amazing. It's just hilarious when I try to do literally anything and fail horribly. All smoke and mirrors, friends. As a dance teacher, I can tell you confidently that it feels absolutely silly until you just start to sell it. 90% confidence, 10% squats. Having fun is step number 1. Fake it till you make it. Drawing something from memory, like a bird or something. In mind, yep, that's a bird. On paper, that's digging. Anytime it's shown in movies or TV it looks easy AF, but the second you have to grab a shovel and break dirt, blay. Here, just let me dig up this 6-foot deep grave with a shovel. 20 minutes later, Valp, all done. The Walking Dead is so guilty of this. They would have been over burying their dead by season 2. Those CAPTCHA things on Google, I can honestly never read them and the website always thinks I'm a robot. Maybe you are a robot. r/total inotrobots. A basic physical exam at the doctor. Looks like a simple look at the throat, listen to the chest, yup, they have a heart all right. When in actuality doctors spend thousands of hours practicing it so that when you come in with a murmur or funny looking kid syndrome they can recognize it immediately. And yes, there are entire class sections on how to respectfully ask your patient to turn their head and cough as you push on their balls. They're looking for hernias. And yes, there are entire class sections on how to respectfully ask your patient to turn their head and cough as you push on their balls. I swear this isn't what it looks like. He's helping me study for a test. As the wife of a doctor, I can attest that I have spent a fair amount of time being the dummy/test patient of various physical exams. Natural makeup. More work than regular makeup. Easy as pie. Pie is the most difficult thing I've ever done/made. Street names. Everyone thinks it's great fun and likes to offer suggestions, but every tree, lake, and other natural feature has at least a dozen variations which you can't repeat for emergency service reasons. That and you get cities which want a street name change anytime the road changes direction regardless of a logical break point like an intersection. I legit thought you meant street names like Lil T or Fingers. Yeah, you gotta watch out for Fingers. He does unspeakable things. Pretty much anything that a professional does, they make it look easy cause it's their job. Throw a football 65 yards accurately? PSSSH simple if you're an elite athlete. Cut open a chest cavity to fix a few coronary arteries? It's just another day at the office for a surgeon. Frame up a structural wall within a 2,000 square feet house? Just a bunch of wood and nails is all you need. Make crowded teeth perfectly aligned? Surely it's just a matter of wearing trays 1 through 55, voila. It's all straight. In reality, each of these tasks takes someone who trained for years to visualize the problem, solve it, and execute it to the T. It looks easy, cause they practice the hell out of it. Making lemonade. Sure, squeezing one lemon is easy peasy, but do you know how much juice that makes? Not a lot. Fill in the rest with sugar. It's the American way. Or just use country time lemonade. There's nothing close to a lemon in it. Flying remote-controlled helicopters. It looks so effortless when watching seasoned flyers, but in reality it's like balancing a marble on an upturned bowl. I'll never forget the time I went out and bought a decently priced helicopter. 5 minutes into setting it up, I didn't even get it 3 feet off the floor before I smashed it into a chair, destroying the rotor blades. I tried maybe like 5 to 6 more times before I gave up, and now it hangs in my garage as a monument to my failure. Edit. I was outside. I wanted to get into FPV quad racing. Decided to try out some of the sims to get used to it. IDK if there are sims for RC Heelys, but there are a bunch for quads. Dear God, it was so much harder than I thought. I'm just starting to get good enough where I feel like I could invest in a quad, but just can't get the courage to invest in all the gear needed for FPV. Hanging out with friends during that I'm not at school but I'm still dependent on my family period where you have spare time but have no way of getting anywhere. Writing a 250-word open-ended reflection where you're expected to be creative. All I want as a grad student is some goddamn structure and also a rubric frown. As you progress through the levels of degrees, it is supposed to become more abstract. High school, you're basically just reciting the book. Highly structured, just follow directions. Bachelor's degree, reciting parts of the book and generating some original thoughts within a guideline. Master's degree, capable of independent thought, only referencing knowledge from the book, and applying that knowledge in unstructured ways. PhD, you wrote the book. Actually doing things. In theory it's simple, just do the thing. In reality I procrastinate until I hate myself. I use a wheelchair and people usually don't believe me when I say that getting around can be difficult, because many of them think that pushing a wheelchair is easy. They literally tell me this. The thing is, when you use a wheelchair all day and it is basically your only means of transportation, it looks more natural. This becomes a problem when I point out accessibility problems. They often don't believe me because they see how I can navigate and assume that it's easy, just because I make it look easy. And your arms gotta be ripped by now. My arms went from flab to fab in the first 2 months I had to use my wheelchair. On the downside, my legs did the opposite. Maintaining friendships from high school/college after you graduate. People get so busy with work and starting their own families that friendships get put on the back burner. You stop talking to someone for a few months, then it suddenly hits you that you're no longer friends with the person. Reach back out though. Everyone understands, and I've rekindled and kept in touch intermittently with so many amazing people. Yes, we're not best friends who talk every day, but if shit went down I could give them a call, and vice versa, and when we do get together it's a great time. Finding the person I always saw myself falling in love with. Are you the person that person is going to fall in love with? Edit. Thank you for all the awards. I'm a little shocked and saddened at the amount of people who took this comment negatively, even calling it toxic. Everyone deserves to be loved, and self-reflection is not bad. Don't just look for the right one, be someone else's right one. Damn, my soul hurts. Here's a meme for you to enjoy while you're subscribing to our channel. We'll have new videos for you every day, so stay tuned. Folding fitted sheets. I've watched instructional videos that make it look so easy, but I always just end up with a crumpled up mess, and that's how it gets put away. Finding a career you'll want to go to every day that won't crush your soul. Remember when you were young and teachers told you that you could be whatever you wanted to be? Yeah, not so realistic when you want to pay bills and maybe have a little beer money too. I didn't go to college and struggle with the thought of not being able to have a lateral career move without a degree. But then I see my friends absolutely floundering with their student loan payments and think maybe I don't have it so bad after all. Beekeeping. You see videos of these old dudes in their veils and beekeeping suits and it makes it seem so relaxing and easy. Turns out that bees aren't so good at finding enough food on their own and they can get sick really easy, and in the winter they can mold. Have you ever seen moldy bees? Sometimes they're not even dead. It's still worth it though. Edit. Thank you so much, fellow beekeepers. I didn't have time to answer a lot of the questions, and in looking through the questions, I saw a wonderful today I fucked up community bringing awareness and knowledge. Also, obligatory thank you for the gold. I'm glad my plight with bees has garnered so much attention, and I really appreciate the insightful knowledge that is being shared here. Have you ever seen moldy bees? Sometimes they're not even dead. Wah! Zombies. Edit. WTF. Reddit. Losing weight. Changing habits is hard. People tend to mistake simple things for being easy. Well said. And very true with weight loss. It's simple, but dang it ain't easy. Socializing with people. I have severe social anxiety, and even small interactions with strangers, and even some people I've known for a while are really hard for me. I don't hate people or dislike being around them, but I'm just awful at keeping conversations going or initiating them. Outgoing people make it look very easy. For me it is not. Getting away with murder. Losing my virginity. That's me in the corner. That's me in the fleshlight. Oozing my emission. Playing an instrument. Have played most percussion instruments, trumpet, some baritone, and was first chair tuba/sousaphone for 4 years, and difficulty varies based on instrument and physical attributes. Being an adult. They never had to do homework, could stay up late, eat what they wanted and had the money. I wish I was a naive kid again. Makes me wonder if parents should be a little more honest about their life, but I guess kids will either see it as one-upping or get stressed, so I dunno. I was very honest with my kids. One turned out very responsible. The other has tons of anxiety. Mixed results for sure. Fuck you duvet covers. Fuck you hard. Edit. Holy crap. I thought it was just me that had lifelong problems with them. RIP inbox and massive thanks for the gold and silver smile. Being in your 20s. As a clueless kid I thought by now I'd have everything figured out and my life on track. I'm still clueless, but now I also have depression. In my 30s, still clueless. In my 50s, not completely clueless, but I sure wish my older generation were still around to bounce ideas with. Anytime I come up with a coding idea for how to transform dataset X into pretty visualization Y, oh that will be easy, I'll just put this into an array, do this then do that and we'll be good to go. 6 hours later and I'm still dumping the raw objects to figure out what's going wrong. Golf. I feel like most people think they can just grip it and rip it and don't take into account how hard it is to have a consistently good swing with solid contact. Committing suicide looks easy, but when the time comes, it can be very hard to commit to it. Then you spiral further down the rabbit hole thinking you're so shit you can't even kill yourself. True story. Edit. Christ on a bike. Didn't expect such a turnout. I'd like to thank those that gave and all of you sharing bits of yourselves. It's very sad to see so many in the same boat. A little worried it may capsize. Thank you Reddit. Hang in there. Not like that. Put the rope down. You've been great. Selling panties online. I've seen a couple posts about how someone could exploit desperate dudes on Craigslist by buying women's panties, spritzing them with perfume, and then selling them online. Were it so easy. Nowadays, buyers want to see photos of a real woman in the exact pair they'll be buying, or proof in the form of being PantyTrust certified. They'll want extras or special requests for their order, plenty of fetishes to go around, and the vast majority of them will drop off the face of the earth when it comes time to actually pay. You'll have to sift through hundreds of responses to your ad, knowing most of them will be time wasters just trying to get a little dirty talk or some photos. My advice? Don't bother. Leave it to the cam girls who make some side cash off selling their panties, because there's always going to be someone willing to go a step further than you, and they will be the one to make the sale. PantyTrust certified? It amuses me that things like that exist. I read it as PantyTrust certified. Killing Endermen for Ender Pearls. Marriage. I think many people believe that they will be romantically in love with the person they are marrying. In many ways you do, but most with long successful marriages will tell you it takes work to make a marriage last a lifetime. That level of commitment is hard to maintain. The rewards are enormous and you'll never be closer to another human if you're doing it right. My wife and I just celebrated our 40th and we've known each other for more than 45 years, planning on being together till end. Apparently figuring out what the opposite of easy peasy lemon squeezy would be. Life after university graduation. People always say that they can't wait to graduate, but little did they know it's just gonna be an uphill battle from there. Creating a routine is the easy part, actually following through and maintaining that routine is the problem. Doing anything when you have depression. Writing a post or comment on Reddit that gets recognition. Nah, it's like carpet bombing. Throw a lot out there, some of them hit. My comment history is a zillion 1-point comments and the occasional 7,000 upvote hit. And frankly it's a lot less about my own cleverness and more about being positioned in a popular thread. Look up my top comment of all time to see what I mean. It was a quick smartass add-on to something someone else said, but it was in a great thread full of funny stuff. Well thought out comment that makes a meaningful contribution to the conversation. 2 points. Stupid comment that you took 2 seconds to write. 2,000 points and 3 awards.